Welcome back to How This Mom Does It, and today I'm going to be sharing with you our family read aloud selections for the 2017-2018 school year. If you're interested in seeing what we're going to be reading this year, stay tuned. So in front of me, I have all of our family read aloud books for the next school year, and I have them divided out by month. I do have two children. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, this year I will have a pre-K / kindergartner. He is technically age-wise transitional kindergarten, but he's basically doing kindergarten this year because he's ready for it. And then I have a daughter who is going to be doing she's technically a second grader, but she's really doing mostly third grade. And she's actually reading at about a fourth grade level. So I'm just kind of give you an idea of the ages that I'm going to be teaching this year. So I have a good variety of books that can cover both kids, and I do like to do my read alouds with both children. And half of these books we'll probably listen to as audiobooks, and half of them I'll probably read. So I know it looks like a lot, but we do a lot of school in the car, so a lot of these will be listened to in the car while we're traveling. My goal, if you can tell from some of my book lists, that I really strive to have a literature-rich home. So in my homeschool, having a lot of books and making sure that my kids have a good variety of books is really important to me. So if I do nothing else in the school year, I want my kids to read good books and have listened to good books. So I'll go ahead and get into the book list, and these are divided up by month. I have a spreadsheet for each child, and I have in one of the tabs will be the book lists that we go through, and I have them divided out by month. So, the different colors are if I have them as audiobook or just a regular book, or if I have them as both audio and a physical book. So that's the way I can tell what I have and where it's located. And I'll go ahead and get into the book list. So for August, we are going to be reading Goonie Bird Green, The Year of Miss Agnes, Welcome to Silver Street Farm, and then I have The World According to Humphrey, but that is only an audiobook. For September, we're going to be reading Mary on Horseback, Beezus and Ramona, The Mouse and the Motorcycle, The Door in the Wall, and Understood Betsy. For October, we're going to be reading Mrs. Pigglewiggle, The Tale of Despero, which I actually only have as an audiobook, The Case of the Gasping Garbage, Banicula, Owls in the Family, and then I also have Time Warp Trio, Knights of the Kitchen Table. That is only an audiobook as well. For November, we're going to be reading Molly's Pilgrim, The Courage of Sarah Noble, Clementine, Charlotte's Web, and then I also have The Magic Treehouse, The Night at Dawn, which is only an audiobook. For December, we're going to be reading The Family Under the Bridge, The Light at Turn Rock. The cover's off of it, but it's The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, and Little House in the Big Woods. For January, we're going to be reading Mr. Popper's Penguins, My Father's Dragon, and I actually have all three, but we're probably just going to read the first one this year. Stone Fox, A Grain of Rice, and then I also have Captain Nobody, but that is only an audiobook. For February, we're going to be reading Stuart Little, The Bears on Hemlock Mountain, The Story of Dr. Dolittle, and The Wind in the Willows. For March, we're going to be reading The Railway Children. This is basically like a leveled reader version of it. I have the full version on audiobook, so we're going to be listening to it. Judy Moody Was in a Mood. The 21 Balloons. The Big Wave. And Sarah Plain and Tall. For April, we're going to be reading Strawberry Girl. Henry Huggins, The House at Pooh Corner, and The 100 Dresses. For May, we're going to be reading The Cricket in Times Square, Ginger Pie, Homer Price, and Because of Winn-Dixie. I have a couple titles I've pulled out to read during next summer that I'd like to finish, and also any books that we don't get to throughout the school year. If we run short on time, I will just move those books into the summer or into next year. This is just my goal of what I'd like to read. So if we get through all of that and in the summer we need a few more books, I have The Tarantula in my purse, and then I also have The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood as an audiobook only, and the Beatrix Potter collection that I've been wanting to get through as well, and that's only an audiobook. So those will be my summer reading for next summer. And these are our read aloud selections for the 2017-2018 school year. I will be doing videos on each individual month broken down with the themed picture books that we also do. And in those monthly videos, it will have these read alouds in addition to the themed picture books, and then also the 5 in a row books that my son will be doing at that time. And then I'll also have a separate video for my daughter's independent and shared reading that she will do separately. So I'll have a separate video for that. So keep an eye out for these videos coming up. I hope you liked this video and found it helpful. If you do, click like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.